What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from AKNationTV.com and AKNationTV here on YouTube, the two places on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, I need y'all to get a clue and subscribe. Subscribe to my Twitter and Instagram, both AKNationTV. And yeah, let's get into this particular review of the challenge, episode 6, entitled Love Will Tear Us Apart. Before I do that, I want to do shout outs. I want to give a shout out to Noah Ford. He said, my favorite moment this episode is Wes going at Josh. I was all like, explode emoji, explode emoji, explode emoji. I want to shout out Moj Jim. I want to shout out Daylight H, Angelique Butler, Dana Fuda. Jane Sky said there was a season of the challenge where a girl named Naya dragged the crap out of Jordan and she pulled his pants down in front of everyone. Oof. I remember that. I want to give a shout out to American Dad fan. Rad Viz says he doesn't hate Wes. He clearly wants a storyline. So weird. I want to shout out Ace, Rajeen Flowers, Hannah Baker, L Morgan TV, Mercedes Igus, Christian A. Yodell. Wes handling Josh was hysterical. Lanaya, I haven't watched the video yet. I comment as I watch, but I just want to say I had no doubt for 1 minute Kayla would cheat. I think we all saw it coming. Okay, Lanaya. Kenny Ditch, Michael Rodriguez, those were your shout outs. Now let's get into this particular review. I have my notes. Let me pull up my notes. Okay, so we all know that Jay was body slammed by Rogan. A lot of people thought that Rogan was a punk for doing it the way that he did it. And then a couple people were like, no, Jay was talking all this crap. He should be able to back it up. If you go into the ring with someone that you called down, you should be able to back it up. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody was saying that, Rogan was like a bus compared to a small little bug car, as Jay. And I'm like, yeah, you want your Red Skull, but where's the sportsmanship with going against someone that can be competitive? And a lot of people are like, why would you do that? It's $1 million on the line. Why would you jeopardize your win? I don't know. It's kind of like half and half. Jay shouldn't have been talking crap if he couldn't have backed it up, but Rogan didn't have the body slam like him like that. And then forcefully push his head in the dirt. So it's half and half for me. What do y'all think? The medics come out and Jay is cool. Surprisingly, he actually is able to get up, but he's disoriented and is he here? Is he not here? Is he in heaven or is he still playing the game? I thought his arm broke, but his arm didn't break. And I'm glad that his arm didn't break. He just got the wind knocked out of him. I didn't like, however, so many people, you could see them in the bleachers, laughing and snickering at the fact that he was making noises or whatever and grunt noises. And I really didn't like that. For everybody to be like, oh my God, and then to be laughing at him was not cool at all. Jay tries to get through 3 rounds and then all of a sudden he forgets the rules and he calls the producer over to ask her the rules, and the producer's like, well, let me have you speak to this other guy because you're not understanding a word that I'm saying. He gets checked and he's medically not cleared to continue the competition. So Rogan is deemed the winner. Jay is eliminated and Rogan now has a Red Skull. I don't know. I don't feel like he naturally earned it. He just beat somebody up and, so I don't know. But again, y'all leave y'all thoughts. D all of a sudden jumps into Rogan's arms. Yay, Rogan, you have a Red Skull! But apparently everyone in D's alliance, Rogan and Jenny and herself, all have Red Skulls. Who would have thought? Jenna calls Zach. Zach is not answering the phone. I'm like, this happens every freaking time Jenna's on the challenge and Zach is not. Zach always does this. Always does this. Bear is crowded up with a group of guys and they're all talking their man bro, talking about Bear's penis and what he wants to do with it apparently. And apparently he wants Kayla to see it and to share in its berry glory, I guess. I don't know. But people are talking crap and Kayla's looking like the trashiest chick on the challenge right now because she professes her love for this man that a group of them know. A lot of people know. They've been in a committed relationship. She lives with him and she puts her relationship in jeopardy on television for Bear, a guy that's already been on a couple seasons cheating and manipulating women. Why? Why do we do this? Why pick Bear of all people? I don't understand it. I just don't get it. Even Nelson has to get into the post-confessional and bring some knowledge or wisdom and what are we doing, Kayla? You're being dumb right now. And you know, I have to say I'm appreciative of Nelson's post-confessionals. It's very entertaining. Jenna calls Zach and Zach doesn't answer. So she calls a friend of hers and she gets on the phone with the friend and the friend's like, well, you know, we saw some DMs and, you know, Zach went in your phone and saw some DMs from 2 years ago and didn't appreciate the DMs. And I'm like, But they weren't together, so why does it matter? If they weren't together, why does it matter? But apparently, so says a tweeter. A tweeter is out there saying that the DM was between Jenna and Corey. And that's the reason why Zach was all in his feelings. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, still, y'all were not together. You know what I'm saying? And now Corey is well publicly in a relationship and having kids with this chick. So if Corey and Jenna did in fact do something 2 years ago, y'all were not together, get over it, stop being a pussy. I just was dying laughing at the dramatic music that they were playing for Jenna as she was walking through the bunker. I'm like, okay, y'all better get that Academy Award. Jenna speaks to Nani and Anissa. You know, Anissa and Nani, they you know, take care of her. They feel bad for her, so forth and so on. She's crying. She wants to go home. Anissa and Nani is like, no, don't go home. Nani is calling Zach out on television. All the girls are talking about whether or not Jenna's gonna quit and go home. Tori is like, if that was Jordan and Jordan was home, this was the gotcha for me. This was the gotcha for me. Jordan is such a Jordan. He is such a Jordan. Oh my God, Jordan, you're such a Jordan. Tori's like, if Jordan was home and we went through this, I would leave in a heartbeat. Not Jordan. Jordan says, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. If Tori was home and she put me through this, I'm staying, I'm getting the money, and then I'll go home and we can work it out. I don't know about y'all, but I thought that was so cold. How they clearly were not on the same page. And Tori was left out here looking like the silly fool that went home and potentially lost $1 million, but Jordan is gonna be Jordan. I thought that was so lame and funny to watch at the same time. But irregardless, I think Jordan was right. There's no way that I would have left because Zach is having a hissy fit. I just wouldn't have left. This happens all the freaking time. Wes and Bananas get with Bear and they set up this cockamamie plan to like embarrass or flaunt the fact that Kayla and Bear did something when Kayla shouldn't have. And apparently Bear didn't see Wes and Bananas do this, but they posted the picture of Kayla and her ex or boyfriend, I don't know if they're still together, up above the ceiling so that when Kayla would look up, she would see the pictures and it would like make everything explode in her world. And it actually did that. In the beginning, she's like a hug, laughing and shit. Like, oh my God, this is so funny. And then she looks up and she's like, wait a minute, are those my pictures? Okay, this is not funny, you guys. I was like, okay, really? I was here for Wes and Bananas dry humping. You know, Wes was tooting his butt up in the air. And I know Bananas and Wes both have their wives or girlfriends or whatever they call them or whatever. But Wes and Bananas are extremely friendly. And I don't know about y'all, but anyways, Kayla's completely over it. She starts throwing stuff, being Kayla. She goes outside, she talks to Bear. She doesn't want to hear about Bear. She doesn't want Bear to come her way. She walks past Bear. And Wes comes on TV and he's like, I don't care or am I concerned about Kayla because she deserves everything that's happening to her. And I'm like, okay, yeah, what she's going through is completely her fault, but you don't have to be an ass about it. Two wrongs don't make it right. You know, at this point, you know, we get an infomercial of Wes and Bananas and I'm like, this is completely like stuff that they do for the cameras just to boost things up. I feel like the producers give them a higher paycheck because they're veterans to be on the show, but they also give them a higher paycheck to stir shit up. And it's so like, it feels so forced and fake at this particular point. Jenna calls Zach. Zach finally picks up the phone. He's being really like an ass to her, very short, one word type of responses, basically saying you need to come home or else. I don't know if I'll be here. He's calling her a liar about everything and saying you don't want me to say what I need to say on TV, so I suggest you get here, whatever the case may be. If Jenna did sleep with Corey or had whatever going on with Corey, it's none of his business if they were broken up. It just isn't. It isn't. But I can get how that could bruise the ego because it's the guy that's clearly on the show. So I get that, but he doesn't have to be an ass. They weren't together. And I'm pretty sure Zach has smashed quite a few chicks throughout the challenge. I don't know why, but I feel that he has. And if he hasn't, he smashed quite a few chicks in their town. Let's go there. And wasn't Zach known for being a cheater? Did he cheat? I'm confused because now he's blaming her for cheating. I'm confused with their situation. Wes finally talks to Bailey and Swaggy, and we finally see that Wes has a deep connection with Bailey and Swaggy. I think the challenge fans needed to see this because, you know, they look at Bailey and Swaggy as some kind of like, oh, whatever. But to find out, even from Bailey and Swaggy themselves, to find out that they're so thick in the trenches with each other and Wes's girlfriend or wife it really blew me away. And you know, it really is even more interesting how Bailey and Swaggy really respect Wes and Bananas. I don't really understand that. And they respect Jordan to some degree. I don't really understand that. Is it because they're vets? Is it because they know them personally already? Like, why are we caring about at least Wes and Bananas? Why? I don't, especially Bananas. I don't understand it. TJ calls out the wannabe quitters and asks if anyone wants to quit. Jenna doesn't quit and Kayla doesn't quit. The challenge begins. Everyone gets eliminated except for 3 teams. And the ones that end up winning are Jordan and Nany. I'm surprised. Nany actually did a fantastic job with Jordan. They got done and you could tell that it was pretty swift and fast. Apparently, Bailey couldn't do what Nany did, apparently, and she missed 2 of her puzzle pieces. And, you know, according to her tweets, she says that it was kind of calculated and Jordan knew what was going on. And like every time Bailey tried to put up a puzzle piece, Jordan would take it down or whatever the case may be. We didn't see that on camera, but I'm not going to call Bailey a liar. To the fact that where they get off the truck, they both start arguing at each other. And, you know, Bailey threatens to punch the camera. I don't know what's going on, but I do feel that Nany definitely wanted to be in the tribunal. And I don't know, has Jordan ever bombed or you know, bombed a challenge? Has he ever done that? I don't remember him. I don't remember him doing that ever in a challenge. Let me know. Of course, because of this whole episode being about drama and the personal lives, it was nice to see that, but I really feel like every episode we need a challenge. We need a complete elimination. We need a challenge and we need a complete elimination every episode. Don't give me all this drama, especially with Jenna and Zach's rerun of a storyline. Let's not. We wasted a whole entire episode dealing with Zach, and Jenna and whether or not they're gonna quit. And then Kayla. What? Anyways, leave your comments below. I will shout you out on the next video. Let me know your thoughts. My 3 questions are: do you think Bailey overreacted with Jordan? Number 1, do you think Zach and Jenna's storyline is actual, factual, real? Number 3, is Kayla and her boyfriend still together? And was it worth it for her to kiss Bear? Leave your answers below and let me know your thoughts. Love you. Deuces. I know. You're not about to think about not subscribing to aconnectiontv.com. Copyrighted.